Hey, you guys, welcome back. Um, I'm Tanya, and this is the journey of the awakened empath. Yeah, you heard it right. The journey of the awakened empath. So many of us don't know exactly what empath is. I know we hear about a lot about it. Um, to keep it short, an empath is a person who's highly sensitive to feeling other people's pain, joy. You just feel other people's energy pretty strong. They're usually very intuitive, even though we're taught to go against everything our intuition tells us. I think that's one of the biggest targets that is set out for the general self-absorbed person, a toxic person, is they target people who are open and helpful, and they feel other people's pain, and they pretty much light beings. They're full of light most of the time, unless it's been drained from them for a long period of time. Then they have to rebuild. But for the most part, we're usually a light a lighter person after the awakening anyway. Prior to awakening and becoming aware, you're still cut out different. You're gonna know a person is empathetic. Even children, you will see certain children that are overly helpful, and they're overly concerned about other children, and they're overly concerned about the well-being of other people in general. Usually those are your empath children. Younger in age, they pretty much, very forgiving, sensitive children, though, very sensitive children. And to put it in other terms, is usually the ones that don't fit into what everybody else is doing. They really don't fit. I've never really fit in. I either made my own way, or I pretty much blended in, but to a certain extent. But if anybody held a conversation with me more than a few minutes, they would automatically know something is different. That I didn't think like everybody else, not even as a child. And usually the empath or the empath will usually be like an outcast of some sort. They don't fit. Just put it like that. What I want to come on today and talk to you about, though, is not so much the empath, regular old empath, awakened empath. I want to talk to you about the empath that is now suffering from Stockholm syndrome. And that is when the person who has harmed this person. Now they have come into agreement with the person that's harming them, and not only do they agree with them, they pretty much make excuses for them. They even help sometimes. They even help the abuser to abuse other people, or they end up doing some of the same thing that the same things that was done to them that they didn't like by the abuser. They'll end up doing it to other people. I've even seen where these people pretty much go out and get other people to bring home, or to bring around people, just so that they can be a source of energy for the person that they know is narcissistic or toxic. I've even heard things as brutal as somebody who knows that a person that they're with is narcissistic and very controlling, and they'll let their children be prey for this person, and knowing that their child is being molested, or knowing that their child is being beat or abused in some way. And instead of them creating a safe haven for the children, they literally go out and bring other people's kids to the house, such as foster children, different other kids, to bring in for these people to attack or to use as a source. It's almost like when you go in to try to help this type of person, they turn on you. They'll turn on you because they haven't become fully aware of themselves. Now, while they may be empathetic, that does not mean that they're aware and awakened. Some of these people have been put to sleep repeatedly, and they find it more comforting to be sedated in the middle of chaos than they find it to get away and break free from that type of behavior and that type of situation. Unfortunately, it's something that has been normalized in our communities. It's been normalized definitely in most societies, where people that dog people out and do whatever it takes to step on everybody else's neck to get ahead have been congratulated for doing that. So it has made it seem like it was the only way to get ahead is to take, steal, and drain other people of what it is that we need. So we're coming in to undo that. And one of the things is to stop agreeing with the people that's doing the things to us or to other people. And Stockholm Syndrome is pretty much like these people have been brainwashed to think that their abuser is their friend. And that usually happens during the love bombing stage. They look and they say, well, this person is not a bad person because this is what they did for me. They did this for me. They did that for me. And usually they're right. Yeah, that person did all of that. But it wasn't that person. It was them using that to love bomb a person to get them in. And then once they flip the switch on you, they never are this nice person ever really again. They do that to lure you in. And if it's a parent and that's all you've known is to be gaslit by a parent, you're going to think it's normal behavior, and you're going to get older and you'll have these relationships with people. You tend to draw those type of people in because you're used to it. And so like you're not aware and not really conscious of the fact that you're drawing those type of people to you, but just by you being helpful. But what I want you to know is they watched you before you even knew they were even looking at you, and they've seen how you treat other people, and they've seen how nice you are and how thoughtful you are, how helpful you are. They can target you from a mile away, and your light is already going to be brighter than most. I just say like most mundanes. I call them mundane people. We're here to help those people, but we're not here to be abused by those people or the entities that they harbor inside, any other type of thing that they, demonic forces, all this type of stuff that they have on the inside of them that makes them soulless. Some of these people have been abused to the point where the trauma has turned them into what they are, and pain can open the door to those type of demonic activities. So while I'm not saying that some of these people were born like that, some of them went through so much trauma until they've done just what I'm talking about today. They've turned into what it is that they hated the most, what they feared the most. Because fear, to me, is the opposite of love. Hate is kind of neutral, to be honest with you. You can hate a bad thing, but to fear on levels that the fear that these people put in you as a child, it's nothing short of a miracle to make it out of that and then still come out and be a person that's willing to help other people and to take that pain and turn it into power. And I will say that most of the people that are narcissistic are not aware. They don't consciously set out to be the way that they are. They just kind of don't change. Like, they see that things hurt people and they blame it on everybody but themselves. They don't like looking at themselves. They don't want to see what it is. So the difference between a person that's an empath, like a light worker, and an awakened empath is we've discovered that our presence changes atmospheres. Point blank. You're going to shift the atmosphere. Wherever you go, you're going to shift it, get used to it. It's just who you are. People going to either really, really like you or really, really not like you. Get used to it. Get over it. Don't turn into what it is that the type of person that hurt you, though. Like, you have the potential with your free will to be just as mean, just as nasty. You can feel people's pain. So if you was one of those type of people that was narcissistic and you thrived on somebody else hurting just because you hurt, that's what I call a dark empath, because they can feel. They can feel. They like the feeling. They like the way it feels to hurt somebody. They like the way it feels to feel like they're controlling somebody. And let me tell you something. If you really want to really rub them the wrong way, please, please, please be okay with yourself. If you want to get rid of a narc fast, and you want to get rid of them really, really fast, pour all your attention and all of your care into people that care for you, and pour it into yourself. Care for yourself. Have standards. Have boundaries. They will not stay around. I promise you, they will not stay around. They can't stand you. They don't even. There's people that right now cannot explain why they don't like you, but it's because you're light. It's because you're an empath, or you're a light being, or you're a chosen one. You're a healer of some sort. You're a person that helps people heal, and just your presence is like a mirror to them. It's like you're regular, you just being yourself is irritating to them. They will not like you just for no reason at all, because of the love that you have on the inside of you that they don't have. It's a constant reflection of the big empty void that they have on the inside where their heart is supposed to be. And nothing there. Nothing there. There's several reasons why. Some of which I won't go into. You need to book a personal session with me to be able to get certain information. I don't want to put it out on social media, because it can be pretty harmful to fall in the wrong hands. But personal sessions, I can take you back and let you go back and see some things, and I can show you some stuff that might help you. So look in the description box and book a reading. Well, I hate to call them readings. I call them spiritual sessions, because sometimes you need somebody who's been where you are to help you out of a place. And I call them hell states. I'm not religious, but I do believe in different realms, different dimensions, different deities, different entities, and different things. And I feel like some of these people were sent on assignment to drag you to the lowest place you could get, and that's fear. Fear is a place in a hell state in your mind that you can never escape. You can escape, but you can't escape if you stay in a mindset that this person is my help and I don't have anything on the inside of me, and I'm fearing what this person might do or what they might not do. I need them for something. Everything you need, you have it. You already have everything you need. Now, the comfort, some people are addicted to comfort, so they'll stick around a narcissist just so they can be financially comfortable. I used to be one of those people. I wanted to overlook all the bad stuff. I wanted to make excuses for people. I would let them treat me horribly and feel like I owed them just for being a little bit nice to me, because I had been treated so much worse by people who were supposed to take care of me and love me as a child. And I'm not one of those people that can sit there and just blame everybody that helped to rear me as a child as being, self-absorbed narcissists. Some of those people were just doing the best that they could. However, I feel like it's my duty to tell the truth about how narcissism works and how, it's going to be a toxic family situation, period. Like, all families have issues, but there's a difference between just having issues and regular problems and being a human or whatever, than having a family that's a toxic, dysfunctional family. Things that appear to be normal to you, and when you get older, you go out and find out that not only is it not normal, it's abuse, it's misuse. And you have people that feel like, since they're your blood relative and and y'all share DNA, that you're supposed to be loyal to a fault to them. And I want to go ahead and just tell you right now, there's lies. You don't owe anybody anything. You're not obligated to take on these people, take on the abuse and sacrifice your personal happiness and your personal growth so that these people can feel comfortable. Because let me tell you something, they're never going to feel comfortable. You're not going to be able to fix them. Anytime you make excuses for them, that things will get worse. They will treat you worse and worse. The only time I ever got any inkling of idea in their heads or respect about it is when I started respecting myself and I stopped taking the crap and I started be willing to be uncomfortable and be by myself in order to make sure that my mental health was okay and my spiritual health was okay. And I feel better now than I ever have in my whole 47 years of being on this earth, because I know how to say no. I love people, but I don't get into that mess enough to harm me anymore. I don't sacrifice my own happiness, and at this point I'm only want to help people that want to help. I'm not trying to force anything over on anybody anymore, because that was part of Stockholm syndrome, is to make excuses for the people that you love and give them a pass. And if anybody else were to come up and do this same thing to me, I'd be ready to call the police on them. I would be ready to report them. But just since it's my family or since it's a friend or something, I overlook stuff that I shouldn't have been overlooking. And I want you all to realize that that's what's been keeping this thing rolling this whole time. People not standing in their power. The powers that were in charge before, that system is failed now. It's failed. It's gone. Like, people are coming back into a divine alignment. People are meeting up with the people that they're supposed to be in in union with, and miraculous things are happening. And those of us who have been walking this spiritual journey for a long time now, we're actually getting braver to come out and just say, look, hey, the buck is going to stop right here. I'm a good person, but I don't have to take all of your bull crap. I'm not somebody that you can come on and control, because, I mean, I don't know if you believe in God's source, the universe, or whatever it is, the higher source, your higher self, whoever you subscribe to. I don't think they put us here to be punching bags, emotional punching bags, physical punching bags, none of that. For another being, if we have free will from the Most High, why do we feel like somebody else is able to come along and have control over us and it be okay? And people talk about witches and witchcraft and all this other type of stuff. To be honest with you, it's just magic that we all hear, if you just really want to break it down. And in my opinion, when you're doing something that goes against another person's will, that is a form of black magic. You're trying to control somebody else, but you don't have any self-control. You want to tell somebody else what to do and rule their life, but you don't rule your own life. You want them to have all the self-control to be loyal to you, but you're not loyal to you or them. Sounds stupid when you say it out loud, doesn't it? Making excuses for this type of person is not going to help you. Staying stuck with them, thinking that they're going to change, it's not going to help you. It's just going to lead to a worse situation. And I know everybody just can't jump up and leave. Not many people are fortunate enough to have family members that can help them out, because usually the reason that they're like they are is because they don't have family members that will even help them even when they're children, so let alone help them when they're adults. Unless it's something that they can take from them, they don't have much to give back, so they don't have anybody to call that they can just go move in with, or that will help them with their children or different things like that. So, and I mean, if you do, great. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with people that you don't want to be around in order to get free. You need to leave. And if you can't leave right away, make a plan. If you can't do anything else, just come on to different pages of people, the influencers and people that create content such as myself, to get you some strength from somewhere in order to break free from it. But you got to change your mind. You got to start feeding yourself other than the words that this person is saying to you. You got to start feeding yourself other food, because spiritually, mentally, and physically, it's going to affect you worse and worse the longer you stay in it. I would love to tell you that these people can change. I would love to say that our loved ones love us the way we love them, but I'm just going to tell you, like, being awakened and being aware of the different things that were set in place even to keep us enslaved in our minds, to even think it was okay to rule over other human beings and to own other human beings, coming out of me being, a melanated person, us in America coming out of being enslaved, like mentally, to the point where people were able to buy and sell and trade us like pieces of property, and to have to come out of that mindset is something else, because it's still in our epigenetics, although some of us hadn't physically had to be, bought and sold in a way that the enslaved people have been bought and sold. We still bought the lies and sold ourselves out, not even knowing what we were doing, to these people and to these horrible people that want to rule everybody. So let's take the power back. We've already been taking it back little by little, but let's just take it by storm, take it by force. Force yourself to say no, and don't owe anybody any explanations, because I promise you they won't have any for you, and if they do, it's probably going to be all lies, and it's going to be strings attached to whatever they're telling you. They will lie to you and gaslight you. Whatever they say, you can't trust what they're telling you. Stop telling them all of your business. Stop telling them your every move. They don't need to know everything you're doing. You don't have to answer your phone every time they call. Pull your power back to yourself. That anxiousness that you feel when you're around this person, or when you're going to have that, it's not going to be easy to disconnect from these people. It's not easy. That's why you got people like me on here trying to tell you what it's like to overcome it and come out of it, because it's not easy. It's not easy to disconnect from your mom. It's not easy to disconnect from your family members and your friends. It's not easy to disconnect from people, period, at times. But you got to get by yourself in order to see what it is about you that you need to heal, so that you can fix this, and so that you don't go on with this type of toxic behavior into other relationships, because you can run into the same person in a different body. Every time you meet somebody, it's going to reflect to you something about yourself. I know this to be true because at one point I was running into one narc after another one, and they were covert over. I didn't know it was so many different types. It just went crazy. And then right around the time that I was really breaking free from it, I ran into some of the worst ones, but those were my tests to get out of that situation. I feel like when I passed those tests, that it qualified me to be able to come on here and talk to you. So turn your pain into progress. If you have Stockholm syndrome, where you've been making excuses for other people's bad behavior, if you feel like you might be overreacting because you've been gaslit to think that you're crazy, let me just go ahead and tell you right now, if you're here, you're not here by chance. You're not here just because you decide to stroll Facebook or YouTube, or just because. I feel like everything happens for a reason. I went through a lot, so you don't have to if you just listen. Book sessions with me, book sessions with other people in this community. I got several people that I can refer you to. If you don't want me to help you, then allow somebody else to help you. I'm 100% behind some of the people that's here on YouTube that go out and help other people. I'm going to be sharing some of their information. I want to check and make sure it's okay first before I do it, which I'm sure it is. They wouldn't be on YouTube if they wanted to be private. They would. Most of my videos on here are private, because I don't want everybody seeing that you have to be part of a certain group to be able to see most of my videos, to keep down trolling right now, to be honest with you. And I'm going to be doing more public ones, though, like I am today. I'm coming on just really because I feel led to help people break free from this thing, because I know we hear the word narcissist a lot, and we can probably identify traits within ourselves that are kind of self-absorbed too. There's a difference between having selfish tendencies than having a narcissistic disorder and a demonic overtaking of this type of thing. Sometimes you can operate in things without them taking over you, And if you catch it when it's soon enough, you can get rid of it. Don't let them turn you into a vampire, because I do know people that use this as a crutch. They use the fact that they've been wounded. Instead of them getting fixed, they want attention. They don't want help. So they'll cry out. They want all of your time. They want all of your attention, but they have no intentions on getting themselves out of the situation that they in, and they will drain you. So that being said, you know, if you come over here and you call in for sessions or whatever, please take the information that you get even for free right here. Take this encouragement that you're getting for free right here. You ain't have to pay a dime. All I ask you to do is like, share, and subscribe with somebody that needs to hear what you're hearing right now. Somebody that needs to be comforted, and somebody that needs to, you know, some help to get out of the situation that they're in. So, all right. So I really want you all to help each other in the comments if you can. I'm sure I'll be back on, because I'm trying to be consistent in recording. Not really going to be doing a whole lot. We're getting ready to go through a reset right now. We're at the end of 2023. If you're watching this right now, we're in 2023. But whenever you find this video is when you were supposed to see it. Make sure that you come back and see me. Hopefully we can help you out of a situation that you're in. Even if you don't do it overnight, you can make plans. Thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Love and light. Bye.